Hi, I'm Miro, and welcome back to Driftwood. So, last time we went to the Harvest Festival with Taryn, and she completely wrecked a kid, and yeah, that's all that happened. And yeah, we stopped in a cliffhanger because I didn't calculate how much the part was going to last. Also, I'm noticing that Dishonored 2 has changed its icon. Sorry, just I was looking at my Steam. So yeah, let's continue where we left off. We come to a stop at the front of a car with a woman leaning against the hood as she chats on a phone. She has a distinct accent, but I'm not quite able to pick up exactly what it is, but it sounds Asian. The woman also has a striking resemblance to Yuko. With a tan tone to her skin and shiny, almost reflective dark hair. She doesn't look anything like Yuko. At the sight of us, she hangs up her phone and smiles brightly at Yuko. Ah, there you are, Yuko. Yuko smiles and gestures the woman towards us as if showcasing Taryn and me like products. This is Taryn and Marcus. Marcus is the new student this year. I've heard many great things about both of you. Yuko doesn't leave much to the imagination when describing her classmates. The older woman offers a charming smile, simply bowing her head to both of us. Taryn doesn't seem very entertained by the woman's words and just rolls her eyes. Fortunately, the dark-eyed woman doesn't catch Taryn being disrespectful and averts her attention back to Yuko. Marcus and Taryn, this is my mother, Harry. What? Harry? I'm gonna go with Harry because it sounds like Harry. And, it's a man's name. The woman bows her head respectfully towards us. What? As she is introduced. There's a missing word there, I'm sure. Harry Beaumont, pleasure to meet both of you. Shit. I'm already fucking up. I give a small bow of my head, wishing to be as respectful as possible. Pleased to meet you, Miss Beaumont. Hey. I'm half tempted to smack Taryn over the head for being so rude to someone's mother, and of all people, Yuko's. Yuko's been nothing but a saint since I've arrived at the school, so it's only natural to respect her and her mother, isn't it? So, you're all ready to head to the party? It started a few minutes ago, I believe. Yep. Yeah. With the three of us all agreeing that we were ready, we slip into the black car and depart from the school's campus, idly listening to Yuko and her mother chat about this year's festival. Apparently this year's was a complete success, which makes me feel a little good, knowing that perhaps I truly helped out and gave the kids something fun to remember. Except that one kid that we smacked his face into whipped cream, but that doesn't count. Either way, Taryn doesn't seem as enthused and stares out the window with a wary look on her face. Why did she come if she has no interest in going? Just because there's us. Is it because of me? Or did she just not want to have another boring Friday night? It's because of me. I'm sorry, I'm too excited. Standing in the parking garage under the hotel is probably the least entertaining thing to do, but for the time being, Taryn and I are stuck waiting on the Beaumonts. Apparently Yuko's mom dropped something in the car and now they're both searching for it, leaving Taryn and me to wait in the dimly lit basement. I look around for a moment, trying to see how far the expanse of the basement actually went, only to find a hand gripping at my clothes and tugging me back around. Can I help you? Taryn removes her hand and flicks her wrist with an extended thumb towards the car Yuko and her mother were still searching inside. Notice anything about her? About who? Yuko's mom, you dunce. No. Should I? Well, I think it's pretty obvious where Yuko gets her body. No comment. Oh, come on, you didn't think about that even for a second? You're a dude. You have to think about stuff like that. Just because I'm a dude doesn't mean I make comparisons between girls and their moms. Yes, it does. Haven't you ever heard the song Stacy's Mom? Actually, no. My brain isn't controlled by my crotch. Thank you. Danny smirks, offering me a careless shrug as Hugo and her mother join us once again. Sorry about that, I dropped my phone in between the seats. Now that I'm looking at it, actually Yuko has bigger boobs. Also, they are completely different except for the eyes. I don't know how you can describe it to look alike. They're completely different. Anyways, Yuko's mother gives a small cough, clearing her throat as she recomposes herself. My husband will be giving a small speech before dinner, and I told him to wait until we arrive, so you should hurry along, Sounds good to me. I will give you a grand tour myself, but I have to help our cooking staff. We're running a few hands short tonight. Yuko, could you lead them to the main hall? Yuko pouts slightly, but doesn't show much resistance to the idea otherwise, giving a well-hidden disappointed nod. It's not well hidden if you can tell that's disappointed. Well, alright. It was a pleasure meeting both of you. Perhaps I'll catch you later on tonight. Have a good time. Thanks. Yuko glances to Taryn and me, eyeing us over for a moment as if checking to see if we looked acceptable enough for the party, even though she had said earlier there wasn't a dress code. She doesn't make any remarks about either of our clothes, and turns, leading us further into the car garage's depth. Taryn grabs hold of my arm, holding me back slightly with each step to allow Yuko to get a good distance ahead of us. The motion confuses me, but Taryn leans closer, pressing her side up against mine as we walk at an odd pace. God damn it. Jesus, let me stretch a little before... sorry, I just woke up and I didn't stretch before. Would you tap Yuko's mom? The question makes me audibly gag and try to shove Darren away, not wanting to have my mind clouded with those kinds of thoughts. What the hell is wrong with you? Darren manages to keep her grip on my arm, only intertwining her own with mine, so I am not able to get away from her. Now we look like a couple. Oh, come on, you totally would. If I was a guy, I would. I'd be all over that. My cheeks start to warm up into a deep-set blush, and I shake my head, trying to cast away the strange, pointless question. Telling might have strange idealisms. Fuck. I can't read it. But she certainly gets them across easily and without any hesitation. No comment. Yeah, right. Eventually we reach a door that leads upwards into a flight of dimly lit stairs. At first the only sound is that of our footsteps echoing against the cement walls of the stairwell, but as we climb each stair, the beats and rhythms of music slowly start to encompass the still air. Holy shit, that's fancy. We reach the top of the staircase and Yuko pulls open a large door. The new room we stand in is huge, scaling outwards a good distance, but also upwards a few stories. Scattered around a large lobby-like room are gardens and water features, which are all pleasing on the eyes and easing to the mind. For a hotel, this place would blow most competitors out of water, especially if the rooms are equally as nice as this. Are you sure it's 4 stars? This looks better than a 5-star. My gaze falls short as I'm caught staring blankly at Yugo in astonishment. She just giggles innocently, clasping her hands together. Welcome to the Beaumont Luxury Hotel. Luxury. Yuko curtsies before gesturing towards the crowds of people. Make yourselves at home. Dinner at any of the restaurants tonight is free. Holy shit, really? This is so good. Thanks. What kind of food is around here anyways? Terence slouches, giving Yuko an unentertaining look. As if the party was already boring it to death. Yuko doesn't find this look amusing at all and grimaces at the shorter, blunter, blonde-haired girl. Fancy food? You probably wouldn't like it. You filthy peasant. Terry's unentertained look sparks into a curious grin. What's that supposed to mean? I think you know very well of what it means. Oh, catfight. Darren's grin turns more vibrant and confident, and I think it's plain enough that she's on the verge of starting an argument. I give a loud destructive cough, gaining both of their attention. Thank you, Yuko. Darren and I should be fine. Yuko scowls at me for only a moment before realizing what I was trying to do and smiles graciously. You're very welcome, you two have a good time. She turns on her heels and paces off towards a crowd of partygoers, leaving me to glance down at Terry and sigh. You sure like starting fights, don't you? No, I don't. Terry just sneakers, gazing around at the people walking and talking inside the massive hotel lobby area. You certainly don't come off being super friendly. Wanna fight about it? I'd prefer not to. I'd win anyways, I'm a master at debating. You're a masturbator? Jesus. That was the most horrible pun. The most horrible pun ever. Why did you have to do it? I'm literally crying. Taryn pauses and gawks at me as the joke settles in and causes a grin to form on her lips. Ha ha, good one. I have a few, but anyways, I think you should just be a bit more friendly. This is Yuko's party after all. Well, she started it, but alright. Taryn sets her hands on her hips and looks around for a short moment before her eyes narrow in a pharaoh-like aggressive manner. I follow her gaze only to find Garen standing with us, a smirk on his face. Hey Taryn, didn't you say you weren't coming tonight? Taryn ignores Garen for the most part and lets out a flustered laugh, seeming annoyed at Garen's nosiness and to the fact that she actually came with me to the party. Did Marcus drag you here? You never bothered coming to this before. No, I decided I'd come for once, that's all. Ah, well, lucky day. I made a bet with May that you would show up. For how much? Just lunch tomorrow, nothing serious. Tenny seems almost offended at the fact Garen would revolve a bet around her for such a petty price. Only tomorrow's lunch? Yeah, I didn't expect you to show up, and it was May's idea, so... Garen just shakes his hand in this dismissive manner before pointing over towards a group of chairs a distance away. Never mind, anyways, want to come chill? Sure, why not? I offer no hesitation to the offer and give a nod, but Ellen doesn't seem as ecstatic. Ecstatic. What? Ecstatic. Yeah, not as interested in it. I don't know, I think I might want to catch some air. What do you mean, didn't you guys just get here? Yeah, well, so what? Garen and I share a rather concerned look at the fact Taryn was already thinking about leaving. Well, we can hang around here for a little longer, can't we? Meh, I guess. Well, I'll see you guys around. Garen wanders off, being Taryn and I by our lonesome. I give a slight shrug and look around for something that might entertain Taryn enough to keep her from wanting to leave, but only find myself face to face with a strange-looking suited man. Holy shit. Fancy. Is this Hugo's father? He offers me a smug grin and uplifts one eyebrow. Good evening, sir. Enjoying the party? Yeah. Pleasant atmosphere. I agree. He raises his eyebrows and scans me and Taryn up and down, taking in a full detailed view, as if storing it in some memory bank before doing the same to Garen. I see you're both wearing the school uniforms, but I've never seen you before. You must be new. Yeah, it transferred in this year. It was late a few weeks though. Oh, a few weeks. So it is October or November. Even though it just started. That explains why it was dark at 5. Well, the man looks towards Taryn and offers her a questioning look, which she returns with a rather hostile avoidance of eye contact. I'm not new, I just never come to these parties. Ah, so you know Yuko? We do. Taryn mutters under her breath, just loud enough for me to hear. Unfortunately. I immediately give Taryn inside an elbow to shut her up. The man smirks slightly and bows his head. Ah, I'm her father, it's a pleasure to meet you. Well, I guessed as much. Oh, how convenient. I just hope you didn't hear Taryn. Ah, pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm Marcus Fick. I extend my hand outwards and he takes it, giving it a firm shake before letting go and adjusting the cigar hanging from between his lips. Cigar? What cigar? It's a... What? He didn't even bother to draw a fucking cigar on his fucking face. You disappointed me. Remy Beaumont. Remy. Your daughter has been nothing but helpful since I arrived. I really appreciate her hard work to make me feel welcomed. Taryn growls at my remark and whispers under her breath towards me. Suck up. I whisper back with another nudge to the side. Shut up, Taryn. Sounds just like my girl, always on her best behavior. He gives us nice sounding chuckle as if he's won the best daughter award 18 years in a row. You can see how much this pisses Taryn off by how hard she's furrowing her eyebrows. Pleasure meeting you, mister, but excuse us. Of course, have a wonderful evening, kids. Kids. Taryn notably grits her teeth and grabs a hold of my arm with enough strength to rip it out of its socket, only to drag me off towards the nearest exit to outside. Hey, what's the deal? We're leaving, this place is so fake and gross. What in the world's gotten into you? Sorry, I stretched again. Yeah. Taryn drags me through a crowd of people that are audibly disgusted by their rudeness, but the short, long-haired girl is completely oblivious to them, or me for that matter. Only once we're outside, standing on the sidewalk across from the hotel, does she turn to me and offer a sigh. Everyone in there is so fake, I can't stand it. In a way, I'm kind of upset at the fact she just dragged me out of one of the fanciest parties I've ever been to, but I also don't really mind all that much, figuring the only thing I planned on doing tonight was hanging out with Taryn anyways. What's so fake about them? They were just having a good time and being polite. Taryn gives me a look as if I'm stupid and shakes her head. See? The fakeness was even rubbing off on you. Be grateful they put you out of there before you became one of them. For a moment I just stared at Taryn in confusion, wondering what in the world she's even talking about before taking in a deep breath and giving a shrug. Alright, crazy, what's the plan now? Taryn is already looking elsewhere, peering about up and down the road before she grins and grabs my arm again, lugging me on with her seemingly pointless journey. I know, we'll go to the beach and catch the next bus back. The beach? This late? She pauses and looks back at me with the same look of pity to my assumed stupidity. What? You never been to the beach at night? I never seen the reason to go to the beach at night. Taryn just smirks at my response, yanking me down the sidewalk throughout the dimly lit town, which for the most part is vacant aside from a few restaurants we pass by. There's a bar called Bar, right there. A bar. The more I get used to this island, as little of it I've seen so far, I feel like the more secluded it really is. The buildings are all out of date, not in the aspect that they're all worn down, but in aspect of looking like they're from the 17th century. Even the lampposts lining the sidewalk are dim in the same manner. I mean, from this CG, it doesn't look that old, but I don't know. This place takes pride in its individuality and differences, and of its wealth, obviously based on the giant hotel Terran and I are venturing away from. Terran silently guides me through town, wiggling us through back streets and alleys until we end up on a sandy path bordered by dune grass. Here we are, the best beach on the island. What makes it the best? I thought there was like 50 different beaches here. It's the best because my mom used to take me here. Terran gives me a small smile before passing down the path and up a small dune only to disappear behind it. Stuffing my heads in my pockets to keep warm from a slowly chilling night, I follow after her over the dune only to find her sitting down, staring out at the ocean and the night sky. I do the same, standing behind Terran as the smell of the sea salt and sand fills my nostrils. How come you and your mom don't come anymore? Almost as soon as I ask the question, Terran gawks at me cholerically. It doesn't matter, don't worry about it. Huh? I said it doesn't matter, forget it. I take in a deep breath and shake my head, looking down at her with an unamused stare. If Terran is always going to be really angry about things she never talks with me about, I don't think I'll have the patience to give up with it. Well, it's hard to understand why you're mad if you don't tell me, otherwise I might just make you mad again in the future. Terran takes in a deep breath and glares spitefully at me, as if it was my fault for anything bad that ever happened to her. My mom's dead. I guessed as much. Shit. I purse my lips and look back up towards the moonlit ocean, my hands gripping on the cloth inside my pockets in response as my mind registers what Terran just said. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Terran remains silent till she breaks it down and lets out a long drawn out sigh. It doesn't matter, it's been a long time and I shouldn't even be upset about it, it's stupid. I frown and avert my gaze, unsure of how I can look at Terran and still be able to communicate an acceptable answer to the issue. Well, sorry for being so bitchy about it. The apology does feel a little good coming from Terran of all people. Reluctantly, I inhale the cold fall night air as I sit down beside Terran and peer up at the sky just as she had been doing before I interrupted her. It's alright, everyone has their own lows and highs. Terran looks to me and then to the sky before smiling slightly and shaking her head. Okay, thanks for not being upset at me. Thanks for not being too upset about my mistake. I offer a small smile and give her a nudge to cheer her up. Sitting next to Terran without us setting each other or competing in some way feels good and calming. It's like I can finally take a breath without having to worry about any pointers or challenging remarks. But being silent about the issue at hand isn't a good solution either. It's best to confront the problem so it doesn't manifest into something worse. What's it like? Terran tilts her eyebrow inquisitively at my question. What is what like? Not having a mom? I asked the question in a slightly ironic way, fearing it was the same way she asked me about what it was like getting shot. Terran's eyebrow flattens out and she glances out at the sky, admiring the twinkling stars with a lugubrious stare. It's different. Harder, I guess. I'd rather not talk about it. Well, if you do want to talk about it at some point, I'm here. I know, you're too nice of a guy. You're Yuko friendzone material. What? Terran offers a small grin, chinning herself up with a snacky little joke before sighing and plopping her head down onto my shoulder. Personally, I don't think I'm friend-zone material. At the very least, I had the courage to ask Michaela out when we were friends, and that didn't end in the awkward friend-zone area. Are we seriously talking about friend-zone? I can't believe a visual novel talking about friend-zone. Oh my god. Okay. But people have opinions, and I highly doubt there's much room to change theories about me, or on any subject no less. But I don't like Yuko, I like you, god damn it. What do you think about the stars? Then he asks with an almost obvious point to change the subject. It makes sense because talking about deceased loved ones is never an easy topic. The stars? Well, they're stars. Giant heaps of burning gases in space. What else are they? Tenin shrugs. I don't know, think about all the planets that might be just like ours, if there's life out there. Think aliens are real? Tenin gives me a look as if asking if I'm serious about my question. Well, of course they're real. There's no way we're the only things out here in the whole universe. I've never really believed in that kind of sci-fi stuff. No trolls of boogeyman? Or boogeyman. Tenin sneakers to herself, finding my lack of belief entertaining. Come on now, none of that is a real thing. Maybe aliens, but trolls? That's just silly mythology. Well, they had to come up with the mythology somewhere, and people aren't very creative most of the time, so... Tenin gives another small shrug before sighing and reaching into her uniform pockets to take out the gloves she had offered me earlier, stuffing them on her hands with a hidden little breath of discomfort from the night air. Cold already? Yes. Fuck yes. Tenin catches my mimic of the word she used earlier and rolls her eyes, scooting forward slightly, only to slide over and sit down right on my lap. Wait a second. Yeah. Tenin catches my mimic of the word she used earlier and rolls her eyes, scooting forward slightly, only to slide over and sit down right on my lap. I think I read that. Shit, I read it twice. At first I'm a little off-put by the fact she's sitting right on top of me, but I spread my legs slightly and let her sleep within them, so my body creates a natural seat for her to sit within. She leans back using my chest as a pillow as her eyes stare up at the sky in fascination, seeming completely comfortable with the fact we were so close on a physical level. In fact, I'm actually a tad surprised that I'm somewhat comfortable with her sitting so close to me. I mean, Terry might not be all that feminine, but she's still a girl. You ever heard about the Illuminati? Are we seriously doing this? She tweaks her neck slightly to look up at me in question, and I shrug in return, just letting her use me as a cushioned chair as we sit out on the beach. Yeah, but not very much. Now, well, I'll have to tell you about it sometime. Why not now? It would take a long while. I give another light-hearted shrug. Well, how long until the bus comes? Not for a few minutes, actually. Tenin laughs quietly at herself, shaking her head in disbelief at my point. Well, alright. Where to start? Tenin yams for a short moment before nodding and clearing her throat. Okay, so, the Illuminati are basically this devil-worshipping geopolitical group that control almost everything in the whole world, including the music industry, the economy, and our governments. They make the artists and people that serve under them hail to Satan on a regular basis, and they're basically comprised up of the owners of the banking systems. I laugh quietly and she gives my stomach a sweet elbow to shut me up. It's true! Ow. I think you need citations. I don't need citations. This isn't based on opinion, this is the truth. Mort even agrees with me. What? Who's Mort? Tenin goes silent for a moment while you shake her head. A friend, but we're getting off topic. Alright, well, continue. Tenin nods confidently and continues to ramble on about secret societies and conspiracy theories for a good deal of time. I listen, but most of it goes away over my head. I've never really looked at the world in a singular interconnected way, but Terin certainly does. I think her ideology of people with a lot of money worship Satan has a slight influence on why she wanted us to leave the party. But I don't think Yuko's dad is a Satan worshipper, so I guess I'll have to disagree with Terin on that theory, but I'll let her believe the other bits. And that's why NATO backed a terrorist-based revolution in Libya during the 2010s. Terin pauses and nuzzles back into my chest, nearly pushing me back with her shoulders. God, why is it so cold? Well, you're wearing your uniform. I can't imagine that's very warm. Taryn just shakes her head in a frantic manner as her teeth start to chatter and she begins to shiver more erratically. Instinctively, I wrap my arms and tighten the space between my legs so that there wasn't as much air between us in an attempt to warm her up. She offers no immediate response or remark towards the fact I'm practically hugging her from behind, but instead she just leans back into me appreciatively. Anyway, so they did that because the leader of Libya wanted to change the currency to the gold standard, which would in turn affect the global economy. She shoots another glance up in my direction and inside my shoulder, with a quick glance to my shoulder. I think I know what she's talking about. That guy from Libya, the one they killed. I don't remember his name. Shit. Did I read this? I don't know. She shoots another glance up in my direction and inside my shoulder with a quick glance to my shoulder. Before I continue, do you know anything about proxy terrorism? Sort of. I learned a bit about it in my old school. Taryn blinks, offering a happy clasp for her hands at the fact she wouldn't have to explain that to me, making the gloves give off a soft pump. She continues to preach and I listen, only to find myself looking down at her with a slowly growing smile on my face. Deep down, Taryn is a total weirdo. It's hard to accept the thought of her at first, but I think her tough and judgmental exterior is just to protect her nerdy self. As the night grows deeper, I find myself hugging at Taryn's body more closely, letting the share of our bodies warm hit us on the chilly seashore as she continues to rant. After a prolonged series of explanations, Taryn pauses to gawk up at me, eyebrow raised inquisitively. Marcus? I blink, looking down into her green eyes with a feeling of wonderment and curiosity as to what she could possibly want to know. Yes, Miss Conspiracy? She rolls her eyes, entertained by my remark, before nuzzling back into me with her shoulders. What's the Michaela girl like? Huh? What relevance does the question have with anything? Why does she care about Michaela? What was she like? Was she sweet? Cute? I suppose she was. I really liked her, at least back then. I never had a boyfriend, so I guess you know more about relationships than I do. A growing note forms in my stomach at her statement. Again, what is the relevance of what she's saying? What does it have to do with anything? Come on, we're getting to the good stuff, aren't we? God damn, this game is just Act 1 though, so I'll have to wait to see how it ends. No! Why? I swallow, letting my faintly trembling arms tighten around Taryn's body to keep it from being completely obvious that I'm anxious about something. Is that part of why you weren't interested in staying at the party since everyone had a date? You know, retaliation of a question makes Taryn pause and stare out towards the sky whimsically. I guess so. Guys have not really seemed interested in me. I give her a frame a small squeeze as she's trying to reassure her what she was said isn't the case. The reaction causes her to flinch and go back up at me. Regret quickly fills my body, her eyes being with a hidden interest up at me, just as curious as me as to why I hugged her tighter. Am I attracted to Taryn? Is that why I don't mind her company? Come on! Yes. We're doing this. We are doing this. Come on. I give a cough trying to back out from the netted trap I just tripped into, or at least cut a hole for myself. I wouldn't make assumptions. You believe in conspiracies and things being under everyone's noses, right? Taryn hilts an eyebrow at me before a bright smile forms on her lips and her eyes settles back to staring out at the stars. True, maybe you're right. The guy might be right under my nose. I suppose even fuck. Damn it, I'm so excited to read. I suppose even if Taryn is a complete bitch at times, and has a strange ideology on things like the Illuminati and her conspiracy theories, I can at the very least say her company is entertaining. She's interesting and fun. But the churning feeling in my gut makes it feel like it's much more. Do I have a crush on this over-assertive girl? Is it even possible to like someone with a polar opposite of who I am? I'm tempted to tell her right here about what I'm feeling for her, but are the feelings even real? Or am I just too overstressed about actually being too close to a girl my age? Tell her! Please let me choose to tell her. I like Taryn as a friend, but I don't want anything awkward or strange to ruin our friendship. No, don't, no, again with the friend zone. If the feelings I have are true, then they will press themselves further into my self-conscious one day. I think, if that is the case, right now I just want to enjoy my time with Taryn. I need to catch my breath. I'm really excited. It's like I'm living in this game. It's not even me, it's this fucking Marcus guy. Jesus Christ, man. Can't believe I'm this flustered about the fucking game. For now, I'll just enjoy the night while it lasts. Sitting under the stars with her seems like a completely viable option till I truly find out how I feel about her. An animated cutscene. Is it end of Act 1? No. No. The characters look completely different on this. And she's playing League of Legends. Yeah, nerd. Hey, Bob Marley. I'm having a deja vu now. Am I saying the same stuff I said before? Please follow us on Facebook at that are for updates on Driftwood and our future projects. We will be launching another fundraising campaign to fund Act 2 of Driftwood. Your support is greatly appreciated. We hope you enjoyed the game. Please feel free to message us on the Facebook page with anything you have to say. We're always willing to listen to our fans. Well, now I feel that inside. Shit. Man. Yeah. Act 1 is over. Please follow the Facebook page and give support to the developer and help the fundraiser, help everything you can help. Please, I want Act 2. I really want Act 2. So please support the game. I know this game has very bad reviews on Steam, but please, this game is great. I want to see how it continues. I want to get inside Terran. Please make my dream come true. So, this has been all for Driftwood Act 1. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Volevi! Guarda che faccia! Non se l'aspettava! Persona lì col blocco note e le dita pronte a scrivere Mazzella cara! Ma fatti i cazzi tua!